my name is Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. So ever since I made my Dog with a Blog video, I wanted to tackle another Disney Channel show that I've had a negative opinion on, but like Dog with a Blog, I never actually sat down and watched the show. But I do want to address something before we jump right into the review, because a lot of people are saying I can't judge a show on just one episode and I need to watch a whole season to be able to judge it, and I'm like, no. The whole point of the first episode is that it's the pilot episode. It's the episode that they use to pitch to the TV producers to prove that they can produce the show. So it actually is pretty reasonable for me to watch one episode and have a good opinion on the show, because that's what the first episode is for. So with all that being said, let's just jump right into it. So I assume a lot of you already know the premise of this show, but I'm gonna explain it again for a lot of people who maybe aren't familiar with it. So Bunk'd is a spin-off of another popular Disney Channel show called Jessie. So they took the kids from Jessie and put them on a summer camp. Well, most of the kids, minus the best kid in my opinion. I'm actually not really familiar with his character that well. I just really like Luke because Cameron Boyce plays him, but he's also probably the best actor out of everybody, so I think that if he would have been in the show, it could have made the show a lot better. Anyways, that's basically the premise of the whole show. It's they're the kids of these rich parents and they're at a summer camp. We also meet some new characters in this first episode. Xander, Lou, Tiffany, and Jorge are like the other minor characters to the main Ross children. And basically the premise of the first episode is Emma and Xander meet and they really hit it off, but then Hazel likes Xander, and so she doesn't like the fact that him and Emma are kind of getting on really well, so she decides to try and kill her, which is normal, I guess. Anyways, throughout the episode, she keeps planting these schemes to try to get rid of Emma, which leads to Emma and Zuri going missing, and then everybody goes and finds them, and they think that they're being attacked by the Kikiwaka monster thing, but then it turns out just to be the main camp counselor, aka Freddie's mom from iCarly, and she was just like messing with them. Like there was no lesson there, it was just like, I was just messing with some kids because I don't like kids, even though I'm the head counselor of a summer camp, so like why am I here if I don't like kids? Because I'm sure the pay isn't great either. Anyways, they end up getting rid of the bear, even though it wasn't even a bear, and then they end the episode off with Xander singing a rendition of the theme song. So we do actually end up hearing the theme song, because if the episode starts off, we don't hear the theme song, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess there's just gonna be so much action happening in this first episode that we won't need to watch the theme song, but then it's like, no, we'll just have it in the end, you guys can hear it later. It just felt really odd for me to have them do that in the first episode, because we don't already know the theme song. I don't know. I think as you guys can tell, I was pretty disappointed with this episode. I went in fairly open-minded. Like I said, I wanted to change my negative opinion on this show, but watching the first episode honestly just made me think even less of the show. Like I knew it wasn't great, but part of me thought I would enjoy it. But instead I was left with like, why did I just watch that? That was really bad. What was I thinking? Honestly, I wasn't that big of a Jessie fan, but at least that show had some heart to it. Whereas watching this episode, I was like, it just felt so empty. Like it felt like none of the characters really cared for each other, and the chemistry that they had really wasn't that great, and it kind of just felt like I was watching a string of events happen. Like my plot summary, like that's basically what happened, but there was also like some other things that happened, but I didn't even know if they were important or not, because the whole storyline in the first episode just felt really empty. Then there's the jokes. I don't think any of the jokes in this episode made me laugh, like at all. They were all just fart jokes. Like I understand that that's the humor of a lot of children, but at least throw a couple smart jokes in for the older viewers. Like it felt like I was watching all of the same jokes happen over and over again. It was terrible. Now as far as new additions to the cast go, I honestly found all of the new characters to just be super annoying. Xander and Lou are like not as bad as everybody else. I partly think I like Xander just because he's attractive, but I did also find him to be kind of annoying as well. Same with Lou. She did have her good moments, but overall her character, I was like, you need to stop. You are very annoying. Calm down. Also, I just felt like these characters just don't fit in a camp environment, which maybe was the point. They're gonna like develop them further and have them be more outdoorsy, but the whole explanation of their parents being really obsessed with this camp really didn't make sense to me, especially because I'm pretty sure that the camp was never mentioned in Jessie. Like, I don't remember their parents ever talking about this camp that they went to. Maybe if they did, I'd be more okay with it, but it just felt weird to have these rich kids at this camp. I don't know. So this would be the point of the video where I would talk about the things that I liked about this episode, but honestly, I can't really think of much besides the ship of Emma and Xander. That seems to be the main driving force of the show, which I can kind of get behind. They seem like they're a good match, but it's also kind of a boring relationship when they both just like each other at the beginning and then that's it. Especially because I was reading that he's not even going to be in the third season, so they're not even going to get a good conclusion to that, which sucks. I did like how they have the older kids being camp counselors and then the younger kids being campers. That's something with Camp Rock where it's kind of weird, like you weren't sure the ages and who was a counselor and who was a camper, like it was all kind of off. So they kind of like established the ages of who's a counselor, who's a camper, and I liked that, but that's about it. Guys, I really didn't like this episode and I really don't like this show. And we all know I'm not the target audience, but there are other shows on Disney that I'm not the target audience for that I really enjoy, like Andy Mack and Raven's Home. And this one just really isn't one of them. And I know it's been said before, but just because it's a show made for kids doesn't mean the show has to suck. So overall, unlike Dog with a Blog, where after I watched it, I could see how people would enjoy it, after watching this show, I just really don't see the appeal because all of the characters are just so unlikable in my opinion. And there's also just the fact that everything that they did in this episode just felt so empty and like there was no emotion behind it. Like the whole thing where she wanted to be a good counselor because of her mom just felt weird because it's like, well, your mom's not dead. Like, and the fact that they sent all their kids away to this camp for the whole summer, like it just kind of feels like they don't care about their kids. And obviously I have not seen every single show that has ever been on Disney Channel, but out of the ones I have seen, this one's definitely, in my opinion, the worst show that I have ever seen from Disney Channel. Part of me does feel like I am being too harsh in this review, but I gotta be honest with you guys, I really didn't enjoy it, and I could not see myself watching more episodes. I'm really sorry. I just don't think I could put myself through that. And obviously just because this show isn't for me doesn't mean that there aren't people out there that still get enjoyment out of it, and that's awesome for you. I'm really happy that you enjoyed this show. And overall, I'm just happy that the third season will be its last, and then we can put it back in the Disney vault, and that can be the end of it. Anyways, guys, I want to know what you think of Bunk. Do you like the show? Do you not like it? Do you think I'm being too harsh? Is there an episode that's really, really good that you really think I should watch, even though I really would not want to? Leave it in the comments down below. I can't wait to read all about it. Anyways, guys, my name is Caitlin. You can follow me everywhere at Kate Loves Disney. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that bell because I post new videos every single Friday, or at least I try to. But that's all I have to say for today. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Oh no, am I gonna have to put the Bunk'd theme song in my outro?